Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello, hello, hello. How are you? Hope everybody is very well. I'm joined today by the lovely Daryl Gorman on this fantastic #Travel Tuesday. And we would usually be joined by Mahmuda, but she's a little bit busy, and she would normally be checking all the comments and getting back to people. If you find that your comment is and I've not seen it, it's because I'm going between the two. So I will get back to any comments at the end. If you're watching this a little later, give us a #replay so we know when you're seeing it. But how is everyone this morning? I hope you are very, very well. There's been snow, hasn't there? Is there snow near you, Daryl?
No, I had to scrape the ice off the car this morning though.
It's cold, and I've just spent the last 20 minutes trying to get the battery out of, the heating doodah. When you turn your heating on, the battery's gone in it, so I can't get the heating on. So I fixed it now anyway. It doesn't even matter. But yeah, so we're talking today about top travel tips. And I know before we went on live, we've got some really special ones to share because they're things that we've experienced when we went on our Budapest trip. First one, stay till the end because the last one is going to be mega. But the first one is research where you're going. Check out where you're going before you go. There'll be all sorts of different trips you can go on or places you can visit. And I mean, I'm not one to stick to a strict itinerary. I like to kind of go where the mood takes me. But if you've got an idea of where you want to visit, then at least you know whilst you're away the places and the options that you've got. And also it familiarises you with the custom and the culture and what to expect before you get there. And then you can really get immersed in everything.
Yeah, and you can check out the local prices for food.
Yeah, and you can work out your budget then and see how much you want to take with you.
And then you can look on our back office to see what discounts you can get.
Yes, absolutely. Do a comparison because we got loads of discounts. We'll talk about that in a second. But the next one, make sure you've got a card that is available to use abroad. Everything's digital these days. I'm not going to comment on whether or not that's a good or bad thing, but it is what's happening. So make sure you've got a card that you can use anywhere in the world that has got low fees when you're using it abroad as well. So check out and do comparisons on different fees that you've got with cards. I know Daryl's grandson is climbing on the chair there, so we might come say hello. Next one, make copies of your important documents. We went through, we had stuff on your phone, didn't we, Daryl? And some of them wouldn't scan when we were going through passport control and everything. But you, coming to the rescue, had everything on paper as well. Always have copies of everything.
Always have a paper backup.
Yeah.
Your phone might die, your phone might lose charge, or you might not be able to get on the Wi-Fi or the internet to show you stuff. So always have a paper backup.
Yeah, always have a backup, and then it's less stress, and then you're not worried about anything, are you?
No.
This is a good one. Pack light and bring comfortable. Take comfortable clothing. Now, we went for 4 days, 4 nights, 5 days, didn't we, to Budapest? So we only ever planned to take carry-on luggage. We didn't plan on having anything we needed to get off the carousel or anything like that. But the airlines can be pretty strict on how large that luggage is. And when we were flying home, we had to put our baggage into one of those holders, to measure. And I think we both struggled with it, didn't we? Even though the bags we had were specifically you can get bags off Amazon that are specific to the size that they will allow for carry-on luggage. Really good tip to get one of them. I'm getting one for all the kids when we go away at Easter. But yeah, make sure
extra space for the things I'm bringing back with me.
I know.
I bought a lot, but it's just slightly bulky. It just bulked out the side a little bit so that when it went in the whole thing, it just wouldn't go down tight inside the thing, which was a little bit awkward because we were about to get on the plane. But they were okay because I said, because I had a carrier bag with some stuff in.
Yeah.
And they asked, can I take stuff out and put it? He said, yeah. So I could just take it
Yeah,
out.
they were.
But, you know, be on the safe side, I would suggest that you leave a bit of space in your case for anything you want to bring back with you, because we were the only ones pulled out of the queue, weren't we, to do that? Like the two naughty girls whose bags wouldn't go in the doodah. But
They did go in. We just had to we had to maneuver the bags a little bit. You know what it's like when you've got a bag a certain size, it can kind of go out that way. We just had to kind of maneuver it so it'd fit in specific sort of thing. So don't worry and don't panic either if that happens, because our experience is they're all pretty understanding and they will sort of try and suggest, you know, just kind of scrunch that in a bit, and you know, so yeah, it was all right. This is a good one to be fair, because I don't think I do this, but don't look like a tourist or try not to look like a tourist. You can make yourself a target for pickpockets and things like that. So I'd always say anyway, keep your valuables like inside pockets, or if you've got a smaller bag, put it under your coat so people can't access it. But I take pictures, as Daryl can contest. I take pictures of everything when I'm away somewhere. And you could tell that I was a tourist because I had the bag that we had on the plane and all sorts of stuff. But as long as you are aware of who's around you, I think that's really important as well. And just be conscious of that, because although we're having an exciting time when we're away and we're having an amazing time, there are people out there that will take advantage of you not having that spatial awareness, and they will try and grab what they can. So just be aware of that as well.
I've got one.
Yeah, go on.
That I did. I was really meticulous about what I was taking. Got there, forgot a toothbrush.
Yeah.
I think it's because I usually have an electric toothbrush at home. I thought, well, I'll take the manual with me to save the you know, blah, blah, blah. I can do the manual before night. But I forgot to put it in the case, didn't I? So next morning we had to. Well, actually, it was quite handy for us because there was an Aldi, wasn't there, store just nearby.
Just over the road, yeah.
So not only that, I got 2 toothbrushes in one pack. But yeah, that was a bit stupid. Don't forget your toothbrush. I mean, how obvious is that?
There's even been a TV program called "Don't Forget Your Toothbrush." Yeah. Make use of local transport. Now, we went on a hop-on, hop-off bus tour, and we used that as something to get us to places, not just to go and see the sights. We did a kind of round tour, didn't we? Just to gather our bearings and see where everything is. But we used that as transport as well to get us to the different places. And we did use taxis. And to be fair, in Budapest, the prices for taxis was really low. The prices for everything was really low. And when we went into that market hall, we got food and drink, and I think it cost me like about £3 or £4. And it's just an incredible place. But there's obviously everywhere else that you go, you want to check those prices and check how affordable it is for you, and then work out your budget from that. And don't be afraid to do things that are a little bit different that you've not done before. That's the whole point of traveling somewhere different. You know, you want to experience stuff that's different from what you would do every day. So get out of your comfort zone and have some fun. I've got another one.
I'm not
Daryl, I know you've got a couple.
Yeah, but I'm not going to go bungee jumping. Okay.
No,
I'm not going to get that far out of my comfort zone. I'm going to go bungee jumping. So don't throw that one on me.
Do you know what is on my list though? I want to do that aerial slide that's in Vegas.
Oh yeah.
I have to do that at some point, and we've obviously got business partners over there.
I'll film it. You do it. I'll film it.
Yeah. Okay. And you've got a couple of tips around other stuff, Daryl.
Practical things like, one thing is make sure check your passport dates, because if you've got to have more than 6 months availability on your passport for your expiry date, or you have 6 months. So if it expires in June, it's got to be up to November. No, that's wrong, isn't it? My maths are terrible.
So
You've got to have 6 months availability.
Yes.
So don't book don't book it if it goes up. If it expires the 30th of June and you've booked for the 30th of June, come back on the 30th of June, you're going to be in trouble. You've got to have another
Renew your passport, yes.
So you've got to have room on your passport. I didn't do that very well, did I? Probably made it even more.
No, it makes complete sense. No.
But and the other one is what's that chap that Martin Lewis's big tip?
Yes.
No matter what you've got insurance, you have got to got your personal insurance. You must have your own personal travel insurance, and you should book it ATOB at time for booking.
Yes.
Because if you want to be covered for everything, then that's what you have to have. And if something suddenly crops up, 2 weeks before you fly and you haven't booked your insurance, you haven't got a leg to stand on.
Yeah, no, it's good advice.
Right until they go, and don't leave it, because he says I get people calling me out. I'm flying off next tomorrow. I've been called in for hospital appointment. No, all your other potential insurances they talk about don't cover that. You've got to have your own personal comprehensive insurance to cover those kind of things.
I've seen a post today actually on Facebook for a friend who's traveling in February. She's going to be in the States, and then she was coming back via Europe. And Ryanair, and this is just to give you a bit of a heads up to check details, her return flight has been cancelled, and it's only been advised on the app, apparently. So she's not received text message, she's not received an email, she's only received notification on the app. So had she not seen this appear on her phone, or if you've not got notifications for the Ryanair app or whatever it might be, you might not see things changing. So another tip would be make sure you've got notifications on, or a few weeks before you travel, just check regularly and make sure that everything still remains as it should. Another one, second to last tip, COVID status. Most countries are wide open now and you don't necessarily need anything. What I'm going to do though is share a link in the comments that you can check every country in the whole world to see what their specific status is. So if you're traveling there, you'll know what you need to do and what you need to check out. And the final top tip is get a travel subscription, because it's gonna save you thousands of pounds. That's like the major one for everyone. A travel subscription. It's gonna save you thousands of pounds. All the things we've talked about today, we've saved on. So insurance, the tours that we did while we were away, actual trip itself, flights, everything. The Danube tour that we went to a night tour of the Castle District. All of these things we saved money on, huge amounts of money. And you need a travel subscription. You need our travel subscription to be able to do that. So come and
you also need a free travel subscription.
Yes, you do. And you can get your travel subscription for free. And we share exactly how that happens at 8 p.m. on a Wednesday night UK time. So if you want to find out more about that, just jump on, message either one of us and we'll send you the details. I check out my stories as well, because I'll be sharing the Zoom link, but you will need to message us for the passcode, because it is quite exclusive and we don't just let anyone check out our subscription service. So come and ask us. But yeah, that's fabulous tips, I think, and really helpful. If you've got value from this, please share it and tag people in it that may be traveling in the next few months or whatever. But yeah, thank you so much, Daryl, and thank you, Ronnie, for your brief appearance. And we will see you tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Come and ask us for the details, and I'll see you soon. Bye.